Adultery has been decriminalized in India since 2018. However, the same still remains a valid ground for divorce as a civil remedy under Section 13(1) of the Hindu Marriage Act. The Uttarakhand High Court, in its order dated June 14, has allowed a married woman, a mother of 2 kids, to live with her male friend with whom she has been residing on her free will. This was a case where the husband had approached court under a writ of habeas corpus, which has been now declined. So what is this case all about? This case is about a couple who got married in the year 2012 and have 2 children, a 10-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. In the year 2022, after 10 years of marriage, the wife, who was residing in Dehradun in her matrimonial home, suddenly left her house on pretext of visiting her parents who lived in Faridabad and then never returned. After a few days, the husband got suspicious and assumed that perhaps his wife was illegally detained by one of the respondents, who happens to be the male friend of his wife. Subsequently, he approached the High Court to bring her back home. As per the previous order, the High Court had directed the wife to be present in the court this time. Thus, she arrived in the court and informed the judges that her husband used to misbehave with her and therefore she had left her home and living with this male friend of hers on her own will. She also informed the judges that she is not going to join the company of her husband again. On the other hand, the husband denied all the allegations made by the wife and said that she left the home without any justification or any valid reason. A division bench of Justice Manoj Kumar Tiwari and Justice Pankaj Purohit were hearing this matter. After hearing what the wife had to say, they unfortunately denied any relief to the husband, stating that they could not pass any further order in this matter since the wife had categorically stated that she was living with this male friend on her own will. So what is our take in this matter? This kind of order exposes the hypocrisy of our cultural and legal system, which judges individuals having extramarital affairs based on their gender. While we'll come across many orders and judgments which have actually permitted the wives to live with their partners without being divorced, on the other hand, we also see orders coming from high courts charging husbands under Section 498A as mental cruelty to their wife because they too chose to adopt such an approach outside marriage. Now let us understand what was Section 497 IPC before it got decriminalized in 2018. This was basically a law that meant if a man had sex with a married woman without the consent of her husband, he could be charged or face 5 years of jail term. Now this particular view, or rather the law, which was a British archaic era law, was struck down by a 5-judge bench headed by Justice Deepak Mishra, who was the then Chief Justice of India, where he said that adultery could be a civil offence, but it surely and should not be a criminal offence. In fact, the present Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, was also part of the same bench, and he had expressed that physicality was an individual's choice. He said that this law was based upon an archaic concept that a woman loses her individuality after being married. Thus, he said that adultery was a relic of the past. So how has this impacted the husbands on ground? After decriminalization of this adultery law, the husbands have been left with no relief or justice from the courts, and even in cases where they've approached courts with evidences such as photographs, videos of the wife, the court has rejected it, citing privacy of the wife and her paramour. In 2021, the Delhi High Court in fact went a step ahead and granted maintenance to a woman, citing that occasional adultery will not disentitle her from receiving maintenance from her husband. Did you know there are numerous cases in India where the men are not even the biological fathers of their own children? Unfortunately, we follow the Section 112 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872, and even when a man approaches court with a DNA paternity test which proves otherwise, this evidence is not accepted. In our humble opinion, the courts cannot apply liberal approach only towards the women and constantly keep reminding the men of their responsibilities and duties as a husband. Can you ever imagine a situation where a husband is allowed to walk out of his marriage after 10 years, dump his home, dump his wife, kids, and start living with a partner? Will courts allow these kind of situations when the man is wanting to move out of that marriage? In fact, I don't blame the lawmakers in this. Look around on your social media, your Instagram reels, YouTube shorts. You will come across so many videos where you see women, trying to justify extramarital affairs, stepping outside their marriage. Not just this, but you will have many social media users then coming forward and lauding her in the name of her right to happiness, her right to choice, her right to freedom of expression, and so on. Now just reverse the genders, and if you see a husband finding this kind of happiness outside marriage, these same social media users will be pouncing upon him, calling him all sorts of names, and in fact even shaming him for being unfaithful to his wife. What is the solution to all of this? If our lawmakers really want to be progressive in the true sense, I think they need to review the overall matrimonial laws in India. You cannot approach matrimonial laws with a liberal view when it comes to the wife and suddenly turn traditional and conservative and call marriage as sacrosanct when a husband wants to get out of that marriage. I think it's time that the lawmakers in 2023 understand that the sanctity of marriage has been drastically reduced, and it's time for us to make our divorce laws simpler, easier, and neither parties should be compelled to live in a marriage which has irretrievably broken down. We have uploaded the entire Uttarakhand High Court order in the description link of this video below. Please do go through it in detail, as it also contains the reference points of what I've just mentioned in this video. That's it from me as of now on this case. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe to Voice for Men India. Also, please hit that bell icon so that you can be updated with all the latest videos that we publish. And you can also follow us on our social media handles, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, which is @voiceformenin. I do read a lot of comments from each one of you. Many of them are encouraging, so thank you for that. We'll keep coming up with more and more videos that could interest you. And thank you. That's it from me as of now. Namaste. Jai Hind.